Hello, it's me, Grant Bruner, editor-in-chief of Video Game Town. We're here for a Friday stream. We're playing some Lumines. I think it's pretty good. Jared will be here, but for now we have Santa. Let's jump in and play some Ding Dang Luminous. I wrote about it for the site. I'm pretty into it. It isn't even a problem. The thing that keeps it from, I think, achieving more, or that keeps me from like really gushing about it, is the fact that this is a logical continuation of Luminous. Like, if you've played other Luminous installments, you go like, this is a great Luminous, but this is like cranking the dial up. Whereas with Tetris Effect, made by the same people, given it's Tetris through a Mizuguchi lens, I think of that as just like so transformative of what the thing is. So I think that just when you play Tetris Effect, it just like blows your fucking mind. And this is just like, man, this is a great Luminous. I think that's Jared.
Oh, hello.
Hello, we're streaming.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was just chatting about how when I reviewed this, like I really like it. I think this is like probably the best Luminous that's ever been made, and I really like Luminous. So like, it's easy to sound kind of down on it when you talk about it, but it's only because when Tetris Effect came out, it was like a revelation, because it's like here's Mizuguchi like applying his tastes to Tetris, which is already like a killer game, like the best to ever do it. Where this is just like, oh, this is a logical extension of Luminous. Like, they're cranking things up for Lumines Arise, and I think it is the best Luminous. But it is like, oh yeah, no, they made the next good, like really, really good Luminous. They didn't like blow your mind with like, oh man, they flipped it on its head. They're like, no, they expanded it and made it as good as it can be. So it can kind of sound negative when talking about it, but I really fucking like this game.
Here's what I'll say. Hi, hello, stream. What's up?
It's Jared.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. I'm Santa,
Yes.
and as a lifelong fan of Tetris, someone who thinks Tetris is the perfect video game,
It's really good.
I played almost every version of Tetris. When that Tetris Effect came out, people had a like Buddhist, like, I'm going to like zen out and have my mind expanded and my life changed, kind of altering response to that game.
Yeah.
Like Game of the Year wins and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is a really cool Tetris game that is probably better in VR, and it didn't change my life. And I feel like this is like, fuck yeah, more Luminous, but it's not going to change my life.
No, I think that's the thing. I think it is better in VR. I think that it's like, I have not played this in VR because I don't have a PSVR 2. But I have Tetris. I not only did I play Tetris Effect in the original PSVR, I have it on my Quest, and it's fucking killer. It's fucking killer to just sit, like, I'm going to sit on my couch and I'm going to play the best fucking Tetris game. It's rad. It's awesome. And I'm sure that this is similarly really fucking good in VR. But I don't think I had like I didn't have like a come to Jesus moment. But it was like this is fucking really good. And I think I was kind of surprised at how many people felt like that it was transformational. But I'm not gonna argue with it. I think it's fucking awesome.
Who was that guy behind the Lumines blocks, like walking towards us?
Oh,
yeah, who's that guy?
He's just a guy. This is the guy on the first level. It's the first level guy.
Okay, there were some backup dancers, but they keep changing into other things.
Yeah, I mean the thing that is great about this is that there's like a good. I don't remember. I didn't count, but it's something like 20 levels or something like 20 individual like themes, and some of them, and like intentionally so. Some of them are kind of hard to read, and like that is part of the difficulty, right? It's like, oh, this is all grayscale, which like you can distinguish them, but it is way harder to distinguish them than like this is like gold and purple, which is like extremely easy to read.
This there's a little bunny guy on the right.
Yeah,
did you choose this little bunny guy?
Yeah, you update your dude. You unlock there's like a meta layer on this, and kind of like as you go, there's like a gachapon, and
of course
you unlock stuff. You unlock logos and faces and all sorts of fucking things for your dude, and like a bunch of like you unlock titles. So I lucked into Angry and Bird unlocking at the same time, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be Angry Bird. I think that's funny.
Yeah, that's not gonna infringe upon any copyrights. Another game that does that is Katamari, because you get so many different cousins and hats and masks and like little outfits or like things for them to hold, and this is your little dude. You can just dress him up.
But I'm having a killer time. It's so fun to play, and like I went through and I beat like the journey mode first day, because I was off from my other gig for Veterans Day, and this came out on Veterans Day, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, guess what I'm fucking doing that afternoon, and then I'm gonna write up my thoughts on it. It was great, and I would say like. If you like Luminous, you should 100%. You should 100% play this game. I don't think that it will, like, impress as much as Tetris Effect did, simply because it is doing what if we did Tetris Effect on Luminous. And I like Luminous. I love Luminous. It's not as good as Tetris is.
I'm not sure anything is as good as Tetris. Now, Grant, I have a question, and this is going to lead to a dilemma.
Okay.
How many platforms is this game on?
I think it's just on PC and PlayStation 5.
Okay.
I'm sure that it will come to other things over time. Like, I would not at all be surprised if, 6 to 18 months from now, there is a Switch 2 version.
Aha, bingo. Okay. So I'm doing a tremendous amount of traveling. For Thanksgiving and for the second half of December. And I'm looking at my Switch.
Steam Deck.
Oh, you were good. Well, hold on. I'm staring at my Switch. And the Switch has to come with me everywhere because Katie likes playing Pokemon on the Switch.
Pokemans.
And I'm also staring at that wish list and I'm thinking, man, maybe this is where I dive into Final Fantasy Tactics.
You would do well. It's a great game.
I'm assuming that it runs the same across all the platforms, and there isn't like a secret like, well, the Switch version sucks.
No, the Switch 2 version is fine. I played it on Switch 2, and like whatever. I'm sure that if you compared 1-to-1, that it's like the more powerful thing has something, probably. But the Switch 2 version is totally fine.
Excellent. I'm also, some of my compadres who have appeared on this website in some form have been playing Absolem, which is a terrible name, but is the roguelike beat-em-up. And I like those two phrases: beat-em-up, roguelike.
I can't remember.
That's a pretty good concept.
I can't remember the last time I played a beat 'em up and I was like, oh hell yeah! Like I really love that X-Men beat 'em up. from the arcades. And
from
then,
the 90s.
Yeah, and then they put it out on like Xbox 360 and PS3, and I played it on PS3, and I was like, this reminds me of my childhood, and I like that. And I think that is probably the last time that I played a beat 'em up, and I was like, fucking hell yeah.
I think the greatest beat 'em up of all time is Castle Crashers.
Sure. Well liked.
I can't believe no one has done anything with that genre since Castle Crashers, which basically like fleshed out campaign, co-op, like mini games, like RPG stuff. Like they took it to at that point what was the limit, and then like no one took up the mantle and like kept it going.
Don't they keep putting out fucking like Streets of Rage shit?
Yeah, there've been some sequels which are fine. And there was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, Shredder's Revenge. That was really good. That was very short. And then there was the Power Rangers one from the same company that people liked, but not as much as Turtles. And then there's like, they brought back Scott Pilgrim, which is like, whatever. And
that's just a remaster, right?
Yeah, it's just a remaster. And I'm a Scott Pilgrim guy, but like even I was like, okay, like I don't.
I've never seen Scott Pilgrim, but I bet that I would like it better now. It seemed too up its own ass, like with nerd culture at the time, and I was kind of like, oh, you fucking nerds. Like as a nerd, being like, oh, you nerds are so in love with yourself, and like it did, and like some of the most toxic shit imaginable is from like the nerds who are so fucking up their own ass. But I think I would probably be able to enjoy it now.
Making Facebook.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say. I've seen every Edgar Wright movie. I don't think The Running Man has come out, so I can still say that.
Right. Edgar Wright. He is the one who did the
Shaun of the Dead and
Cornetto trilogy, right?
Yeah, and Spaced. Scott Pilgrim might be his best movie. It also makes fun of those nerds.
But also, I feel like the nerds didn't understand that they were being dunked on.
Well, that's their problem. That's like bros watching The Wolf of Wall Street being like, fuck yeah, like drugs and money, you know?
Yeah.
I think that movie still holds up tremendously. It is razor sharp funny, incredible editing, incredible soundtrack. Tons of famous people who have won awards now got their start in that film. Brie Larson, Kieran Culkin, like it's just like a who's who of famous people, like Audrey Plaza, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Chris Evans. It's pretty nuts. Tom Jane is in it. Brandon Routh is in it. Clifton Collins Jr. Like it is so fucking funny. It's one of the funniest movies. I think you will have a very good time.
I mean, also like Michael Cera is great.
Yeah, he's really good.
I like when he was on screen in Barbie, I'm like, this is so fucking good. He's still like, I think all the performances in that movie are really good. And then when he is on, I'm like, he is somehow the best part of Barbie, even with a bunch of great parts of Barbie.
He's great in Juno. He's great in those like super bad era comedies. He shows up as a degenerate celebrity poker player in Molly's Game, and I think he's trying to portray like Tobey Maguire, and he's like this like ruthless cutthroat kind of guy, and it works. And my favorite is the latest Wes Anderson movie. He shows up, and you think, how has he never worked with Wes Anderson before? And he's perfect. He fits right in. He's wonderful.
Have you seen his scene in Twin Peaks: The Return?
Yes.
It's so fucking good. It's so good, Jared.
I've seen many clips of that season, Dougie Jones, and I like the things that people like really kept sharing. Like I like, all right, I'll watch these clips, and I'm like, yep,
you should.
That seems about right.
It's so good, and like obviously you get more from it if you've watched all of Twin Peaks, but it's totally watchable by itself.
Well, here's the game plan: is that my brother is getting married late March, and he's getting married at the Twin Peaks Hotel.
Okay, on purpose
Seattle,
because
Washington.
He loves Twin Peaks.
Yes, his longtime girlfriend really likes Twin Peaks,
Okay.
and they live in Seattle. So the plan is for Katie and I to go through all 3 seasons and then watch Firewalk with me.
Don't do that. Watch Firewalk with me after 2.
Oh yeah. Like, you know, in the order of their release,
Yeah.
not in that order, but yes.
I like them all. I think the thing that happens to pretty much everybody is you get into the middle of the season 2 and you go, maybe I stop doing this. Power through.
Where'd David Lynch go?
Power through. Well, here's the thing. Here's the craziest part, Jared, is that I'm sure you don't know this because you've never watched it. He physically has a huge presence on screen in season 2. He didn't like fuck off into somewhere else to go do art or whatever. He's on the fucking show.
This is true. I have seen many a clip of him acting on Twin Peaks, and lots of screen grabs of him saying things, sitting at the diner with his like earpiece in or whatever, as that like FBI agent.
Yes. It's I mean, like, I'm not going to say that like every single moment of it is perfect, but like as a cultural object, it's so good. And like the highs are so incredibly high, like all around. And like it is somewhat frustrating because it became like the world's biggest thing that then it can't sustain, and like kind of like was never intended to sustain that. Because it's so fucking like it's David Lynch being a weirdo. Like it was never meant to be the thing that every single human being is fucking talking about on the planet. So it's no surprise that like it crashed and burned. But holy shit, is Twin Peaks good?
Having seen a lot of like analysis and like the like the first couple of episodes, it is like this, like he just made like a soap opera, but like with like a big twist on it. But like people's like it's like the melodrama of like people crying over this dead girl, and like
For sure. Like
how sometimes exaggerated it is. It's like incredible.
it's great. Like and like
incredible.
there's stuff about it that is like great in like he's drawing on like exaggerating or like almost parodying at times, but like don't get it twisted. It's not like, oh, he's shitting on the thing. It comes through the like, oh, you know, he thinks that this is a great way to tell stories. That like, yeah, it's silly, and in the same way of like so many of his movies where it's like, yeah, there's ridiculous bullshit in them, and that does not in any way undermine how seriously he takes the storytelling in any capacity. And I think that is one of the key. There isn't like one single key to understanding David Lynch, but I think that's one of the keys, is that it's like, yeah, there's dumb bullshit that he can like, I'm sure that he would even be like, it's very silly, but like that doesn't make the rest of it not serious.
Very iconic to see. I don't remember, but Chief Wiggum was having a dream trying to solve Mr. Burns's who shot him.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa with the in the room with the red curtains, and she's speaking backwards, and she has like a playing card, and it's like his suit, and then she just stops. She goes, no, look in Mr. Burns's suit. Great bit. It's a very funny bit.
Before I ever saw saw any David Lynch movies, I was a Twin Peaks watcher and was extremely excited that the 3rd season came out.
And yet, does this make you want to push into more avant-garde filmmaking, like Stan Brakhage or Bruce O'Connor, or?
It's one of those things where like I'm definitely not against like weird art. I like weird art in many capacities. You kind of have to like be in the mood, right? It's like I'm not going to just like flip it on and be like, yeah, show me some weird bullshit. It's got to be like, no, I'm here because I want avant-garde stuff. And so like the answer is like, yeah, sure, but it's like what time, like, and what would I be not watching because I'm watching, or whatever. What would I not be doing because I'm watching weird art?
In film school, out of all the classes, I thought, well, I mean, you have to take certain ones, but out of all of them, I figured I would love certain ones the most, and I was like, ugh, avant-garde. And having gone through that, completely flipped 180 in like a really great way, where it's like, sometimes you see stuff and you're like, oh, I get it.
Well, but here's
and then the more of it you get exposed to, the more you're like, oh, okay.
But also,
here's world going on here.
Here's the thing: like, my brain is primed to like abstract, weird, avant-garde bullshit.
Well, yeah. Look at the screen. There's someone opening up a weird galactic asshole. I don't know what's going on.
It's true, but I mean, like, think about what children's television was like in the 90s, and it's 100% like people like the people who were making cartoons in the 90s were people who were the most
biggest perverts and freaks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so like that's just like baked in at this point. Like that's just like how I am. So like it's not I think that there's sometimes like it isn't just because it isn't just movies. It'll be like avant-garde art or whatever, and sometimes I look at it, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't really speak to me, but many times I see it and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking cool that somebody made that. Like that's a rad thing. I'm so glad that thing gets to exist. And it's also I know so many people talk shit about contemporary art. They also confuse contemporary art with modern art, but I am somebody who can appreciate classic art made 100 plus years ago. It's not that I can't enjoy that, because I can, but when things are made contemporarily, to me, I feel a deeper connection to them, because it's like I'm the audience. I am who they're making this thing for. And then I watch you look at a painting that was made 200 years ago, and it's like I can enjoy this and I can appreciate the artistry of this and the composition, but I'm not who they were thinking of when they were making that art. When I look at something that was made, like, here's a local artist. This is an artist from like the Mid-Atlantic region, and they made this in 2023. I'm like, okay, well, I'm the person that they're talking to. I am like in conversation with the art, and that really that works really well for me.
Are you playing as a rabbit?
Yeah, sure. So this is the gachapon thing. Okay, so I got the
it looks like you're playing as a rabbit.
The word doctor.
Okay.
And a background.
Dr. Rabbit.
And you can customize by pressing triangle. And so, like, this is the default one. This is the bunny, I think, is the only head that I've unlocked. These are the deluxe ones. And then this is like the stuff that's in your head. See, like, I've unlocked this paw, but I've unlocked this flower. And the other annoying thing is, like, some of these have so many fucking, like, this is not that bad. This is not that bad. But like you get to these, you just scroll for a fucking hour, and they don't sort. There's no way to sort them and be like, just show me the ones I've unlocked. It's like, no, scroll for the next 8 minutes, and it's like, this sucks. I hate this.
Yeah, it's real bad. Yeah, it definitely seems like the spirit of Ren and Stimpy and
Rocko's Modern
just
Life,
all sorts of weird Gonzo nonsense. Like that's alive and well.
For sure.
SpongeBob has some of that, or like we'll like go to like weird, disgusting zoom ins and like real life like images and stuff.
It's true. As much as John K sucks, just wildly influential in like animation. Like there's no doubt. There's no getting around it. Like John K is a piece of shit. But lots of people were influenced by John K.
Yeah, and fuck the guy who does Dilbert.
Oh yeah, no, that guy sucks too.
He sucks too.
Well, massively less influential than John K.
I just know him as Dilbert guy.
You don't need to know more. I really liked the Dilbert, not to speak positively about Dilbert, but I really liked the Dilbert cartoon from the early aughts.
I have a very vague memory of that, but I can't bring up more details.
I watched a lot of like animation that did not last super long because they would then put that on like Cartoon Network or whatever and just be like, I don't know, this ran for like a season and it didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know I watched it in Greg the Bunny, and there's some other stuff that it's like I was there, but I don't remember anything specifically
Oral,
about them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that like
what was the fuck was that Adult Swim one where they were like, it was like a family of mutants? It was like a two-headed brother.
Yeah,
and
Will Ferrell's in it.
Will Ferrell's in it?
Yeah, Will Ferrell's the dad. I want to say Katie Sagal is the mom.
All right, I'm looking this up.
Or like, did you ever watch Duckman?
Yeah, I remember Duckman.
I was pretty into Duckman. Or like Dr. Katz. Dr. Katz was like a little bit like, I was a teenager and it was kind of for adults. And not like it was like, oh man, that's so sexy, but like, oh, this is like adult problems that don't really resonate with me, that they're like, you know, riffing on.
The Oblongs.
Yeah. And it's Will Ferrell and Katie Sagal, right?
Jean Smart was the wife?
Oh, maybe not.
The Sklar brothers were the conjoined twins. Pamela Adlon was the youngest son. Billy West was on it.
Of course.
I feel like any new show that's animated, they just have to legally, they're obligated to call him. And they're like, you in?
You want to do
You have to be. You're Billy West. And then if he declines, they go to John DiMaggio, and they're like, you want to be in? And then he says, bite my shiny metal ass.
Those motherfuckers could probably just stop working and then just do the circuit, right? Like they could just go to cons and make a bunch of fucking money.
I bet you they're probably tired of doing that.
I don't know. Is it tiresome to go and be adored?
I'd rather just stay home. What kind of Kojima nonsense is going on with these like shadow puppet hands and the strands connecting the puppets?
I think it's more Terminator-y than it is Kojima.
Well, I say that because I beat Death Stranding 2.
And was it really good?
Yeah, I think it's spoilers with several weeks to go, but it's still not going to be topped for Game of the Year, especially since
You're paying penance.
those Metroid Prime 4 previews. Jesus Christ, man.
I didn't read any of them.
Holy hell.
Did it not, or that was not going over well?
Let me put it to you this way. Everything about the previous games is still going on. The music, and the art, and the UI, and the gameplay, it's all pretty much what you would expect, with a few very tiny wrinkles.
Mm-hmm.
They were shown the first 90 minutes. They did not get to the big open world sections. They did not get to the motorcycle and the desert sections.
Okay.
Very quickly, what they found out is that it seems like there are several companion characters they give you in each of the major worlds.
Okay.
And these companion characters will not shut the fuck up. There are escort missions. They're obnoxious and overbearing, and they're constantly pointing out solutions to clues, and they're like, they can die, and you have to restart because they're just like getting into fights, and it's like, and Samus will just not say anything to these like annoying characters. And it's like the whole vibe of you like being in like by yourself on a planet and exploring. It's like completely gone, and it's antithetical to the experience, and people are like super worried.
But maybe they're doing a big fake out. Like maybe like this is part of the game, but it's like a small part of the game.
No, because even when the character leaves, they're still in your intercom, like talking to you, like on the, you know, like it just seemed weird and miserable and like such a complete like Nintendo forcing them to do this kind of thing. Like, oh, but the kids need help, like on where to go. It's gonna be the new, hey, listen, hey, listen, hey, listen, hey, listen.
Yeah, Nintendo certainly is not well calibrated for letting people just fucking figure out how to play a video game.
The first like 10 hours of Pokemon Legends EA is definitely one of those examples where it's like, please shut up. I understand what's going on. You do not need to keep like stopping the game to like show me and then tell me.
But it's also kind of crazy that they then would go on to make Breath of the motherfucking Wild.
I feel like they need to let whoever Onuma, like just let him like call the shots and just be like, you know what, like just
I don't
no
think
more.
it's Onuma. He's been so high up. He's been for so long. He's not the one making those games. Like I'm sure like he is giving feedback and everything, but he's not the one doing like the majority of like the creative decision making. I'm sure that he is consulting. Like he is, things are not good. He has to like approve them or whatever, but he's not the one. Like so much of what I have read about creating Breath of the Wild is like most of like the creative team are like people who played Zelda games growing up. And that's kind of what makes it
also
good.
Why is Fruit Ninja going on in the background?
You gotta
little peppers and broccolis.
I am into it. I think that like they're like this is like when there's a bunch of bullshit happening on the side. Like when I played the demo, like there's the chameleon level, and like that's by far the best one in the demo because there's only 3 levels that they give you in the demo. But like yeah, when there's a bunch of stuff happening, I think that's really exciting.
Oh, but now it's the PlayStation X's and O's or squares.
Speeding up, but I don't like that. I like to play at like a medium pace. I don't like when Tetris gets really fucking fast, I'm out.
Skill issue.
Sure, like whatever, that's fine. I don't enjoy it though. Like that's the problem, is that like when it gets really, really fast, it's like, okay, I'm not having fun anymore. Like let me play it into like the slow into medium pace and let me stay. Like if you do it on a 1 to 10, like let it cap out at like 7. I don't want to go up to like 8, 9, 10. Because I'm never going to be a competitive like Tetriser. That's not who I am.
I feel like I could be. I really wanted to.
But will you, Jared, is the question. And also, are you even capable now that you're an old man? Like maybe no. It would have been possible if you were a teenager. But now you're a grandpa. You're never going to be able to do it.
It catches up to you fast, man. That's all I'm saying, kids.
I mean, that's the thing.
Think you're young.
That's the thing about like the like fighting games, right? It's like once you hit or like RTS games too. Like it's like like you hit like 26 and it's like no, you've aged out.
Yeah, that's definitely MOBAs and other stuff. Fighting games is actually the opposite. Like you can be in your 50s and still whoop people because like at a certain level, it's like you can read your opponent, you can predict what they're gonna do. It's not like pure reaction times. It's like you're baiting them into situations. You're playing mind games with them.
And I guess
you
different
just have like a
games
lot
are
of like
have
wisdom and
different
experience
speeds,
and knowledge.
right? Because you could
Yeah.
some of those like anime fighters can be real fucking wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Got a little David Burns walking backwards. What happened to the squares? Or are they suggesting that that guy is the square?
See? It's hip to be a square, Jared. Had you considered that?
Well, I've considered it because we've had to talk about how many Huey songs will be played at the wedding.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm trying to think about like what a new drug. I'm trying to think about Huey Lewis and the new songs that I know.
Power of Love.
Is it? No. Is she really going out with him? That's not Huey Lewis.
No.
There's one that I'm thinking of that I can't, or one like that is like kind of like on the tip of my tongue. And I cannot. And I also don't have Spotify. I'm playing a game and I can't bring up Spotify to be like, that's the one.
Do you believe in love?
Not what I'm.
The heart of rock and roll. Those are their biggest songs.
Oh, here's the Chameleon. I fucking love this one.
Those are weird, creepy looking chameleon.
I also can't hear Huey Lewis in the news and not think about American Psycho.
Are you aware that before Dropout, College Humor, they did that scene with Weird Al and Huey Lewis?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that doesn't ring a bell.
It's a very funny sketch where Huey Lewis is the one in the poncho talking about American Psycho instead of the American Psycho talking about Huey Lewis.
But then he's gonna murder Weird Al?
Yes, with an axe. It's great. It's really, really fun.
I have really positive feelings about that movie. I have not seen it probably in over a decade, and I wonder how I feel about it now. I really liked it when I was a teenager.
I'd imagine it still holds up. I have no reason to believe that it wouldn't hold up, considering that Christian Bale kills Jared Leto.
You want to know what? Maybe a movie that has a somewhat similar title that maybe doesn't hold up as well. American Beauty.
I was just about to say American Beauty. Yeah.
Maybe. I remember liking it, not loving it, but being like, yeah, it's fine. And I feel like obviously the Kevin Spacey is a nightmare person aspect of it, but also the it's cool when I have a midlife crisis, but my wife having a midlife crisis, now she's just an insufferable harpy, is maybe not the greatest.
What if I preyed upon a teenager and then went back to work at like a McDonald's? Yeah.
I was really into Thora Birch.
I'm into these iguanas. Just they're going.
That's what I'm saying.
Ham.
This is a killer fucking level.
Already rocking in the house tonight.
This is a song. Sorry for party rocking. I wouldn't say that I'm great at Luminous. I think I'm okay at Luminous.
Well, you've been getting through these levels. It's not like you suck.
I mean, I think that sometimes, like, especially you go later and later, and things do, like, when things get really, like, they speed things up, it can get fucking tricky, and things, like, you end up, like Tetris, you end up getting piles of stuff, and you're just like, fuck, I can't clear this fast enough.
Yeah, they don't give you enough of the, like, every one of these colors, like, connect them all, because they're all getting cleared. Like, they gotta give you more of this.
I would say that I am basically competent, if not great.
Now, when will they be doing Meteo's effect?
That's a good question. But I don't. Here's the thing. I don't know if Meteos has as much affection for it.
I don't care. I just want things for me personally.
Yeah. Because
Yep.
you sent me the Meteos and I played some of it, and I'm like, this is okay, but I don't feel passionate about this the way that I feel passionate about Luminous.
No. I just really like that game.
It's good.
I
had a good time.
Yeah, it's a fun twist on the drop 3, but
Can you boot this person from their chat?
oh. Yeah. But you know the post. I said fuck your feelings. My feelings are very important and special and unique.
Yeah. That is unfortunately how our society has played out. See, I think this stage is like fine, but I don't love it. Where like the chameleons, I'm like, fucking now we're talking.
A lot of eggs.
I think they're moons and the earth.
The bunny and the eggs. It's Easter time. No, that's not true. There's Santa on the screen. What am I saying?
Did you ever? Because here's the thing, I don't really know how your holidays went because of the complexities of religion in or religious background in your family. Did you celebrate Easter at all?
Nope.
So like you never did like an Easter egg hunt?
In like school, like a non-denominational like Easter hunt kind of a way, but I remember finding the matzah.
It's less cool, I'm afraid to say.
I don't care. And but I did get both Hanukkah and Christmas, but it was really like the first day of Hanukkah.
I think that's a pretty common experience.
Yeah, nothing, and then nothing afterwards, and then finally, like Christmas was like, all right, here's what's real good. Here's all the actual presents.
I think Hanukkah is fun in that it's a lot of ritual. And you make some fucking potato pancakes, and that shreds.
Oh, latkes? Yeah, I mean, you can make latkes year-round.
It's true, but it's a good excuse to make them. There is a pretty decent Jewish deli towards the beaches here in Delaware, and when we went there, we went there on our way back last time we were at the beaches this summer, and I had some latkes and with sour cream. Do you have opinions on what to serve latkes with?
It depends on what you're into. A lot of members of my family liked applesauce. Mm-hmm. I know Katie likes sour cream. It's whatever floats your boat, you know. I just like to eat them plain.
Mm. What about ketchup? You can't.
I mean, if you want to be a weirdo and eat it with ketchup, like, you know, I'm not gonna yuck your yum. because it's potatoes. You know, it's not like it's like crazy, but
Yeah.
I would say a good word for it is unorthodox.
Waka waka.
Some humor for you goys out there, all the Gentiles in the chat.
If you're uncircumcised, drop an F in the chat.
Oh my god. I certainly don't have 2 Hanukkahs a year like you have 2 Christmases a year.
Yeah, I go hard. See, I'm about to fucking die. I think that sucks.
You are no longer going to be party rocking in the house tonight. Which I'm afraid to say is a bad song.
Is it a bad song, or is it the greatest song that America has ever had?
Back in my day, pop songs were actual songs and not just a robot going beep, beep, boop.
I have some bad news that Party Rock Anthem is back in your day. It came out in, like, 2011.
That's not me. I'm a Gen Xer. Listen, those titles for generations, all marketing. Marketing people came up with them. So it's all just completely horseshit. It's all made up BS to divide us by age and you know, people just hating on each other because they're a millennial or a Gen. Cut that shit out.
I think it's one of those things.
But that being said, I'm a Gen Xer.
Yeah, well, yeah, you totally Gen X. That's how that works. That's how time works.
That's right.
Born in the 90s, Generation X. I think it's one of those things where, like, when people started referring to it, it had actual, like, demographic meaning. Like, a baby boom is something that's something you can point to and say, oh, the baby boom happened between X year and Y year, which is like, this is an actual thing that you can point to, and doesn't necessarily mean anything in terms of like what their personalities will be like, but it's like, oh, here's like a thing that happened in the United States during this time period. We had an uptick in births, and then people wanted to start applying it to, people started like astrologying it.
Here's a question. People always like to discuss celebrities and their astrological signs, and obviously that, I guess, dictates their personalities or whatever. But they never do it with, like, the worst people to ever live.
Hitler.
Like what was Stalin's astrological sign? You know, like I guess he's super into his feelings, and he's very observant, and, you know, loves to be spontaneous. Like,
well, the thing is, if you're doing it as like a wish casting mechanism, which I think is broadly what it is people wanting to like see positive things about themselves or people that they know or like. I think that you go, well, what if I have the same fucking star sign as you know, Himmler or whatever? That's bad. That doesn't serve me.
Like, let me type in when was this person born? Okay, so the president was born on June 14th. So what does that make him?
I don't. Leo? Question mark. I don't know. I'm Sagittarius.
June zodiac sign. Gemini? Gemini. Curious, adaptable. Mental stimulation. Witty, a love for learning. Right? Intelligent, curious. Right there, it's like, you know, it's all horseshit. It is. It's all horseshit. Not every person born in that month has the same goddamn personalities. Cut it out. Cut it out.
I don't subscribe to it there is the negative reaction. I try not to do the negative reaction to it because there is like a gendered aspect to it, where it's like you don't want to be off-putting to like huge swaths of the population who are maybe just having a goofy fun time. I certainly do not subscribe to it, but I think you shouldn't make large decisions on it. And if you want to read it and then go, huh, anyway, then I think kind of like whatever, do you.
Aquarius. So Ronald Reagan was born in February. He's an Aquarius. What kind of personality is Aquarius? Watch me get Google ads.
They just hate poor people? Is that what Aquarius do?
Progressive. Humanitarian. Loves nature. Wow. That really describes Ronald Reagan, am I right?
I mean, oil, if you think about it, oil comes from nature.
Free-spirited, eccentric, humorous. Blech. Anyways, there's a cool crab or just hanging out.
And like a
shell crab.
Like crab. A conch. It's like a conch shell. Did you grow up? Like, did your parents have like a bowl of shells on the toilet bowl? Well, not the toilet tank. I mean, not the bowl.
Somebody in my family did, but it wasn't my parents.
My parents did. It was a thing in the late 80s and early 90s. Now there's a lady?
Sure. Hanging out with your little bunny. Although those are some weird PS2 looking graphics, but whatever.
I think it's intentional. Sometimes you want shit to look fucked up. Like, that's also a thing about David Lynch, is like, he will often have the most, he will choose to do something, like make an effect, and it is the most, like, this is an effect. Like, this is not intended to be believable. It's like the fact that it is kind of fucked up looking is the point, is like why he chose to do it. But at the same time, there is an effect. There is a digital effect that happens, and I won't go into details because it's a pretty big spoiler, in the middle of Twin Peaks: The Return, and it is the most like beautiful, well executed piece of CG. Like it lacks shit like that Marvel does. Like, it's just so much better. It's so believable. It's so good.
Brant, I have wonderful news. The Game Award nominations are coming out Monday.
Look, Jeff Keighley. I'm just gonna go ahead and go on record as that guy sucks, and his show sucks.
Are you gonna write an article about it?
Maybe, but to some extent, it's like, do I even want to give more fucking ink to that guy?
I also have good news. The AP is reporting that the Trump administration is dropping tariffs on beef, coffee, tropical fruit.
You sounded real Long Islandy when you said coffee. You said coffee?
Coffee. So there you go.
Do you ever hear an accent on me? Do I ever say words and you go, whoa?
I don't think so. Maybe there's been one or two, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
My accent's been real sanded down for a long time. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the podcast or on the stream, but there's a recording of me as a little kid because my grandmother is from Appalachia, and she like helped raise me, and my parents worked. So when I was a little kid, I sounded like I was from like the West Virginia Ohio border. So I sounded not at all like how I speak now.
I'm fascinated by the Baltimore accent, the O's.
Yeah, there is like a continuum from like kind of like DC into Baltimore into Philly, and then like every time you do any sort of like mapping of dialects, I fall somewhere in between Philly and Baltimore, unsurprisingly, because Delaware's in between those two. But when I work with a bunch of people and from Pennsylvania, and I hear it, they will speak like completely without noticeable differences from the way that I speak, and then they'll say something like, "Oh, can you post that?" And I'm like, "Okay, I hear it." And there's when I started podcasting, people would be like, "Oh, the way I would pronounce topic, the way people told me that I pronounced it is when like 20 years ago, I would say like topic. Let's go to the next topic, because I'm from the Mid-Atlantic, baby."
Oh no.
Get you a hoagie. Go downtown then. Get you a hoagie. I think Luminous is good, and I think people should play it if they like the synesthetic thing. If they like puzzle games, if they like music games, play Lumines Arise. It's pretty good. And I do think that it would be nice if they had launched it on the Switch too. It does seem like a game that would work. I play the remastered Luminous on the Switch all the time. So, Jared, what are some things that you wrote recently on videogame.com?
Boy, every time you ask me, I gotta look it up. I wrote about how Kirby Air Ride's not a good game. I wrote about NBA jerseys, Disney World rides. You wrote about Lumines.
Check it out.
I wrote about other stuff.
We have a podcast. If you like hearing us talk, you can go over to videogame.town and listen to our podcast. You can subscribe. We also have a Patreon where you can get a bonus podcast for just $5 a month. And if you want to support us but you don't want a monthly subscription, you can just drop us a couple bucks on Ko-fi, or you can give us a nice review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I'd appreciate it. All right, Jared. Okay, Santa.
Goodbye to all the viewers. Oh,
we will see you all next week. Bye bye.
have a wonderful Christmas.